It's been too long, old friend. Too long. And that's how I was able to determine what the meaning of life is. Yeah, I'm certain. Yeah. I gotta go. Okay, I'm not that excited for it. I fucking loved the first Red Dead Redemption. I didn't play it at first, because I don't care about cowboys and Indians and, westerns and all that business. Didn't bother paying much attention to it. Then a friend of mine said, "Hey, you like GTA, don't you?" And I was like, "Fucking love it, mate." And he goes, "Play this." And he hands me this Red Dead Redemption, and I was like, I don't care about westerns. And he goes, "Play this." So I did. Played it for 2 weeks. Gave it back to him. Bought my own copy. Played it for a while. Bought a second copy on the Xbox 360. Can't remember why, but there we go. Multiplayer experience, I think, was, for us, 100% broken and utterly useless. We could never meet up in the same lobby. It was impossible. Couldn't do it. And playing it online was just unbelievably lag-filled. The amount of times I was killed by an invisible guy riding a bull that was just sliding along. The online portion of Red Dead can go fuck off. Don't care about it. However, those of you that know me know that I don't bandy around a perfect 10 out of 10 score very often. Even my favourite game of all time, Skyrim, doesn't have a 10 out of 10 perfect score because it could have been made better. It was buggy as fuck. Kind of famous for it. The single player of Red Dead Redemption, though, perfect. Actually perfect. I don't see how they could have, at that time, made the single player any better. And you ask anyone that likes Red Dead Redemption, and they will tell you that the single player is one of the greatest single player campaigns. One of the true greats. Maybe better than any GTA campaign. I mean, look, San Andreas, amazing, so good. Was my favourite game for a long time. Not as deep and as rich as Red Dead. There, I said it. I like Red Dead Redemption. I was aware of Red Dead Revolver, never played it though. So it's not my wheelhouse. I don't care about Red Deads that aren't Redemption. So of course, those pictures got leaked. Sorry, not leaked, released. What's the difference these days, am I right? I'm surprised it's called Red Dead Redemption 2. Like, me and a lot of people thought it would be Red Dead something else, because you got Red Dead Revolver, and then a game that's not a sequel, but is a spiritual successor, Red Dead Redemption. So it would stand to reason that this new one would be Red Dead something else. I heard the idea of Red Dead Rebellion and I thought, yeah, that would be good. But no, Red Dead Redemption 2. So it looks like they're just going for the cash grab name. I mean, look, I don't really have an issue with the name. It's just disappointing. It's like when Sony name stuff, they're like, hey, we got Project Morpheus on the way. And everyone's like, ooh, Project Morpheus, oh yeah. And then they release it and they go, it's called PSVR. It is as boring a name as you can think of. And then they're like, hey, we got Project Neo underway. You know Neo from the... Yeah, we got Neo under the hood. And then they release it. PS4 Pro. Most boring... They got the coolest concept names and the most boring product names. And I can see why, because if a kid said to his mother, oh, I want Project Morpheus, that would mean nothing to her. But if she said, I want a PlayStation Pro, she'd be like, I know what that is. So whatever, good marketing, good building of the hype. As for the image of the silhouetted characters walking towards the, I guess the camera, my initial reaction was, oh, they're going to focus on multiplayer. Oh no. I've had a bit of time to reflect on it. It's probably not what that's meant to represent. I guess there are so many theories flying around, no one knows for sure, but the main one that I think it is it's going to be a prequel, and you're following John Marston when he was in Dutch's gang. I'm trying to remember the story of the first game. I only remember bits and pieces. And if you played the first game, you know that it's pretty much built from the ground up for a prequel to follow it. I mean, the whole game takes place at the tail end of the Wild West, civilization's coming along. So if you're going to have any more games in the series, they got to be back before the Wild West was ending. The Wild Est, I'm keeping that in. It's probably going to be a prequel. Everyone loves John Marston, they got to stop sucking his dick. It's like, yeah, John Marston was really good in Red Dead Redemption. Don't risk ruining that by putting him in another game, where he'll probably be a different person. Because if he's in this gang with these outlaws, he's probably not going to be the nice person that we knew him to be. He's probably going to ruin the reputation, you know what I'm saying? But hey, I trust Rockstar to make great single-player experiences, because that's what they do. They did trademark the domain reddeadonline.com, though, which raises more than a solitary concern, I can tell you that much. I like GTA Online. I've been playing it for 3 years now. I like it. I don't like Rockstar's business model, though. Rockstar used to be my favourite developer, and then GTA 5 came out, which is a great game, but their business model just it seems to have shifted away from, let's make these epic stories with these characters. Like, you look at the DLC for GTA 4, you've got the Ballad of Gay Tony, you've got the Lost and Damned. You look at the DLC for Red Dead Redemption, you've got Undead Nightmare. Like, these are, to me, some of the greatest DLCs of all time. They're incredible. And then with GTA 5, they were like, yeah, we could do storyline DLC, but we're not gonna, because, I mean, that's not where the money is, isn't it? People buy the DLC and then that's it. They don't keep giving us money. Whereas, if we pump objects into the multiplayer and then charge people to buy fake money with real money, we can make $700 million a year for very little work. I've had a hate-hate relationship with shark cards. I think they're the cause for things being insanely expensive in GTA Online, just to encourage people to buy the shark cards. But I'm not going to jump on the dick of shark cards, because I've sort of loosened my grip on hating them a little bit when I came to the realization that all these free updates that they've been giving us for 3 years, free updates, they wouldn't have been free if shark cards weren't a thing. So I kind of have to thank the people that support this business practice of microtransactions in AAA games, which I hate, but I kind of have to thank the guys that support it, because they've essentially given me 3 years of free DLC for GTA. Admittedly, it's it's a couple of cars every month, maybe a gun, or not even every month, every few months. Some new game modes. The recent updates have been really good. Finance and Felony and the bikers and stuff. If they keep that sort of thing up, it won't matter, because Red Dead will be out. My concern is that the multiplayer is just the money-making aspect of GTA now. Like, they'll release the game, and then people will buy it, and they go, boom, there's 50 quid or whatever, and then that's it. Rockstar have made their money from the single player. They ain't getting any more money out of the single player from that person. But if they give that person reasons to keep playing GTA Online, they might keep pumping money in, and people have been doing this. The reason why this concerns me is because if you think that Rockstar are going to look at this, let's face it, free $700 million a year for doing relatively little work, they're not going to suddenly drop that from their next games. They've tasted the sweet nectar of free money. I should stop calling it free money. It's a bit unfair. They do work for it. They do knock together a couple of car models every few months. $700 million a year just in microtransactions. They tasted the sweet honey of microtransactions, and they're like, well, I can't say this, so I shall rephrase that. They're probably going to be like, fuck 'em. Put microtransactions in Red Dead Redemption 2. We're not even going to call it Red Dead Rebellion or Red Dead other names that people have been thinking would be cool. They're like, fuck 'em, Red Dead Redemption 2. Because we need people to associate this with a game that we know they all love. That's how we get people in. To be fair, they could have called it Chinese Applebee's and I still would have bought it if I knew it was Red Dead. Regardless, so I am concerned that they're obviously going to bring out like an epic storyline and all that business. That's going to be great. That's going to be so good. And obviously the online is going to be better than it was in the original Red Dead. It won't be, hopefully, it won't touch all the wood. It won't be a broken mess. GTA Online was a broken mess for a few weeks, but then it sorted itself out. I'm sure the online portion will be good. My concern is that the things that I don't like about GTA Online are just going to be magnified in Red Dead Online. So it's going to be, well, you know, I've done this rant many times, so I won't bore you further with my concerns for the future of Rockstar's franchises, thanks to microtransactions. All you need to know is the multiplayer is probably going to be designed to encourage you at every turn to buy armadillo cards or whatever they're going to call them. It's like, oh, your horse died, got to buy a new one. Or something like, here's a new horse, it's made of gold, it's 10 billion Red Dead dollars. You can, oh, of course you can earn that much. It will take you 17 years, but you could earn it. Or you could pay us money, even though you paid for the full game. That's my concern. And people have been complaining about how on the poster it says Xbox One and PS4 and it doesn't say PC. Apparently they're making a big deal about that. I don't know why. No, I know why. Because PC players got shafted with Red Dead Redemption 1. They didn't even get Red Dead Redemption 1. Rockstar was like, fuck them. They don't need Red Dead, even though, I mean, that's a license to print money if we port it. Maybe they were afraid because GTA 4 was apparently a wank port for PC. Everyone's like, how did you fuck up the port? And then Rockstar got a lot of backlash. Maybe they're afraid of that backlash. Maybe they're like, why would we... We're not going to port Red Dead in case it gives us the fucking same shit we got from GTA 4. So maybe that's why they didn't do it. Then GTA 5 came out, and famously, it was out on the old-gen consoles, and then after a year of not saying it, they were going to make a remastered version. They did, made a better version, and then released the PC version. So PC owners got shafted again, because they had to wait a whole year just to get the fucking game. It says the game is out in fall 2017, but Rockstar Games delay their games. That's what they do. They delay their games. I'd be surprised if it came out before Christmas next year. So PC users, they might not get it at all. If they do, probably going to have to wait a year or longer for it. And it doesn't affect me because I don't game on PC. But I know it affects others and it is a big deal. So I thought I'd mention that as a gripe against the game. Just checking my list of cons and pros that I wrote earlier. Yes, here's my pros list. It's quite short, but it's pretty damning. The first pro, it's only a year away. Maybe a little bit more, because, you know, they do delay their games. So it's only about a year away. And the other pro is, let me think. Oh yeah, it's Red Dead Redemption. I'm going to buy it. Like, all this whining I've been doing about my fears for the franchise and armadillo cards and all this business, I think they're legitimate concerns. But not enough to stop me buying a new Red Dead game, that's for sure. So there you go. I've reacted to it. Peace.
You get yourself a nice bonus.
Oh, mercy.